You're watching Fugitive Red Eye, and welcome to something a little bit different. We're looking today at eBay. To look at a eBay listing that I found interesting, strange, and then ultimately kind of sad. So here we have They Popped Kenny. South Park Popcorn Kernel look-alike food oddity strange art. It's used, says the kernel has been popped. Please see photo. This piece of popcorn is approximately 17 years old, and can't read that whole thing here, but we will be looking at the description in a minute, because that's a major part of this. There's the Kenny in question, right? So I was looking through it. Look at how much they fucking want for this, right? $50,000. That's a lot of money. And when I first saw this, I'm like, okay, this is a scam thing. This is fucking stupid. But there's a little bit more to it than that. And you'll see that when we get into it a little bit more. All right, okay. Next up, I was like, okay, this is interesting, right? Missing person. Is this some sort of ARG? No, it's not. And that's why we'll get into, this being sad here in a second. There's the kernel in its ring box, I want to say. It's in one of them. I mean, it kind of looks like Kenny. It's interesting, for sure. There it is up close. There it is sideways. There's the back of it. There's that laying down. I mean, they took several different angles of pictures for it, for sure. So, I mean, you get a good look at it. Anyway, let's go back into the description. Now, forgive the cut-off sides. I'll be reading through it, but, welcome all. Here's the opportunity of a lifetime, a chance to own a unique piece of pop culture oddity and help a mother find closure for her missing U.S. Navy veteran son. See, the first time I was looking through it, I found that picture, and I'm like, oh, that's odd. That's kind of creepy. And then I read this, and I'm like, now I'm just sad. This is a very sad listing. We were approached recently about the possibility of listing a unique and unusual piece. While we were skeptical at first, once we witnessed the incredible likeness of this piece of popcorn to South Park's character, Kenny, we knew we had to help out. Sean Hawley went missing May 9th, 2015. No new information has been discovered, and his mother is seeking funds to continue efforts to find him. That's why I'm actually not going to censor any of the names or anything, because obviously if this genuinely is looking for a missing person, then they'd want all that information getting shared, right? Sean found this piece of popcorn approximately 17 years ago and remarked about the incredible resemblance to Kenny, and it has been a family treasure and oddity ever since. It is with a heavy heart that Sean's mother has decided to try and sell this unique piece in order to raise funds to hire investigators to look further into his disappearance. Information on Sean Hawley. Sean Brian Hawley is a United States Navy veteran who went missing after last seen on the afternoon of May 9th, 2015, in a black inflatable kayak by a witness in the area of Oak Ledge Park, which is located in Lake Champlain, Burlington, Vermont. According to his mother, Sean Hawley had been home from the U.S. Navy less than a year when he started to resent life and could not figure out what to do with his life. He closed his bank account and started to sell everything he owned. Sean started acting strange 2 days before he went missing. Sean Hawley observed by some people running up and down a beach in Burlington, Vermont, and running in and out of the very cold water, telling people he was training for the Navy. The police recalled and he was taken to the hospital, but he was released the next morning and told to seek help. Been staying at a friend's house upon being released from the hospital. He went back to the friend's house and painted his inflatable kayak black. On Saturday, May 9th, 2015, Sean went to the Coast Guard in Burlington, Vermont, and told them he would be out on the water. This is something people don't usually do. At 9 p.m. on Saturday, May 9th, 2015, Sean called his friend Nick and told him that he was going to go out kayaking, even though there was a very bad storm at the time. It was dark, and the kayak was painted black. Sean told Nick not to worry about him, and that he would be back in a few days, and that he would have his phone off. At about 11 p.m. on Saturday, May 9th, 2015, Sean spotted a campsite on the edge of the water and stopped for a few minutes before telling the couple of men camping that he was going to get back out on the water. The men at the campsite tried to get him to stay because of the storm, but Sean told them he was trained as a Navy diver and would be all right. The men at the campsite noticed that Sean did not have his life vest on before leaving to get back to the water. Sean gave one of the men the keys to his truck and told them where it was parked. Sean then told the men that he would not be needing it anymore. Sean told the men at the camp that he just wanted to enjoy life, be happy, and not have to worry about anything. Concerned for Sean's safety, the men at the campsite called the Coast Guard. But because the Coast Guard could not go out because of the storm, on May 10th, 2015, Sean Hawley's family received a call that he was missing. The Coast Guard and police searched for Sean for 5 days. On the third day, the Coast Guard found his deflated kayak on a private island named Stave Island on Lake Champlain. They searched the island and found a makeshift campsite with Sean Hawley's Navy-issued trousers with his name on them hanging in the trees. There was a summer home on the private island that was not occupied at the time, and the search team found a couple piles of clothes, books, and lanterns on the deck of the house. Alright. And then this is the people on eBay actually selling it. So the mother herself is not the one actually running the eBay auction. It's Crow Hill Consignments, which I guess is kind of a third party you can go out to have sell stuff on eBay for you. But we here at Crow Hill Consignments believe that providing great items and great customer service are the most important things. We also provide fast and free shipping to all 50 U.S. states on almost every item in stock. Tracking will be on every package. International shipping will be calculated by weight. Buyer to pay shipping, returns, buyer pays return shipping. I think that's redundant, but okay. Refunds on free shipping items will be less our actual shipping cost. We offer fast and free, blah blah blah. So you get the idea, right? That's the Crow Hill Consignments. That's not really the main focus of this video, right? So it's very strange and sad to come across this listing. I found it when I originally bought those cheesy poofs that I did in my snack review a little while ago. And for reference, I actually bought those and first filmed that segment months ago before actually putting it in the video. But there he is. I mean, if by some chance people know who he is, contact the authorities and let him know. But sounds to me like this guy was either running away from his life or possibly trying to end it, both of which are sad. And I can't confirm or deny which one is the truth, but definitely some strange stuff going on here. And I thought I'd share it with you guys. It's definitely an interesting eBay listing. I don't have 50 grand, so obviously I'm not going to buy this thing, but I mean, if some rich person wants to do it, by all means. It's just a rabbit hole I ended up inadvertently going down one day a few months back, and it's strange. But yeah, that does it for today. This has been Fugitive Red Eye. Have a good one.
Subscribe to Fugitive Red Eye.